This is a review of the Aukey 300, 600, and 1200 DPI color and mono wireless portable document scanner. Inside the box, you'll find the Aukey scanner itself. With 6 batteries in it, it weighs 1.08 pounds. You'll find a nice carrying bag to protect it when you're on the road. You'll find a cleaning cloth for it. You'll find a user manual. You'll find a computer cord that's 43 inches long. It's a mini USB on one end to plug into here, and dual USB to plug into the computer. And you also found a CD-ROM that contains optical character recognition software. Looking at the front of the scanner where you put the documents in, this is a slider that lets you slide to adjust the width of the paper you want to scan through the scanner. On the back here, you'll see a mini USB port that powers the unit from your computer. It communicates to the computer. And this is a micro SD card slot, so you can put a micro SD card and store the scanned documents on it if you'd like. That makes it great for portable use because you can take it out and scan documents and bring them back and feed them to your computer at a later time. On the back here, you'll see a battery compartment. This is the location for 6 AA batteries. I'm going to use rechargeable in-loop batteries because they're a lot less expensive over time because these can be recharged up to 1,200 times, sometimes even more. Presently, I have this plugged into a computer. I don't even have batteries installed. When it's plugged into a computer's USB port, it doesn't need to be using batteries. The center button is the power button and the return button or to accept. If I press and hold that for 2 seconds, the display will come on and you have a nice color display here. Here it tells me I'm connected to the USB cord, and now I'm going to go over these functions of these buttons here. Right now it's connected to the computer and it's installing software automatically. Didn't have to insert any CD disk to download software. This first button here is the enter button, which allows you to preview the scanning of the image. This top button here says DPI. It allows you to set the DPI rating resolution of the scan. Here you can see the slot for a micro SD card. This happens to be a 32 gig class 10 card. This device will accept cards up to a size of 32 gigabytes. I'm going to insert it in there and press it down, and it locks in place. Now that allows me to save the scanned image on this SD card, send it to the cable to the computer, or transmit it wirelessly using Wi-Fi from this to my tablets or other devices. Here I can come over here and press this button, and I can select either to store the image onto and transmit it via Wi-Fi, store it on the SD card, or I can transmit it to the computer. Here you can see the main screen. I haven't set the clock. You can set a clock in here. I've taken no scans. I have it unlocked so it's not encrypted. My resolution is 600 DPI. If I press this top button, I can set the DPIs. There's 1200, 300, 600 for example. The bottom button here allows me to set it as a JPEG or photograph mode, or press the button and change it to a PDF. You can see the color symbol here, and the color symbol is telling me I'm shooting a color scan, and this power cord tells me I'm being powered by the computer as opposed to using batteries. I can come over here and press the menu button on the end here, and I can scroll down and set up all the settings. And if I scroll all the way down to the bottom and hit the center button and select, here I'm setting the year. I'm going up to 2015. I'm going to hit the center button. I'm going to hit the month and go to 3. I'm going to go up to the date, go up and set it to the 13th, and I'm going to set the time here, and I'm going to set it to 2:25 p.m. So I'm going to set it at 14:25, and just that easy. You can go through and do all of your programming and setups, including setting up the time, for example. Now that I'm done, I've got it set up the way I want. I'm going to scan something. I'm now going to scan a color photograph. First thing I'm going to do is increase my resolution. I'm going to hit the DPI button, take it to 1200. I'm going to insert the photograph into the scanner. And it automatically sensed the photograph and began scanning the color photograph. And you can see it went all the way through. And you can see here that if I press this, it actually shows that's my second scan and there's the photograph. Really amazing. I'm now going to touch the menu button. You can see it's on the SD card. I'm going to hit OK and light up over here, and I'm going to scan down and go to the computer, and I'm going to hit enter. And you heard the computer beep, and now it's going to open up a mass storage device on the computer to allow me to see the file. Here you can see the scanner showed up as a removable disk, and I can now open the folder and view the files. And here you can see the scanned photograph on the computer, and it's just perfect. Excellent scanner at 1200 DPI. want to change the setup now. I have to come over here and press the menu key, and I have to accept that I'm going from the card, and I'm going to go from the card to the card. And now you'll see what happens is the menu pops up. I'm now going to change it to a 600 DPI scan, and I'm also going to change it from color to black and white. I'm now going to scan down to color, hit OK, and I'm going to scan down to black and white and hit OK. And then I'm going to go back to the menu, and you can see I'm in black and white. And now I go to PDF, and I'm ready to go. Now I'm going to scan a cut sheet of this product on the internet. And you can see it says scan, and it pops up now and shows the page. If I want to transfer it to the computer, I want to come over here and hit the button. I want to accept that I'm going from the card down to the computer. You heard the computer beep, and now I can go open up the file. And here you can see that I have a PDF file now listed in the mass storage device. And here you can see a good gray tone quality of document. It's easily readable. It worked very well. This scanner also has its own built-in Wi-Fi. The first thing you want to do is download the app called Direct Scan, and in this case I got it from the Apple Store. Then go to the scanner and tell it I want to transfer information from the internal SD card and use the Wi-Fi to transmit it to other devices. The blue Wi-Fi symbol means now I'm transmitting via Wi-Fi. When I first turned it on, it flashed red until I paired it with my iPad. While the symbol was flashing red on the scanner, I then went to my iPad and selected the Wi-Fi mode, and I selected Direct Scan. When I did, it asked me for a code, and I entered 12345678, and it connected. Then went over and touched the Direct Scan icon on the tablet and opened it up. After it opened up, I then touched the square box in the upper left-hand corner with the arrows, and that tells it to sync with the scanner. A list of my available files on the scanner popped up, and I touched each one of them to put a check mark and told it to begin syncing. Here you can see the Wi-Fi transferring the files to my tablet. It did this process very quickly. Here you can see the photographs and documents opened up on the tablet, and I can now touch one of them and go into the editing mode using the app. Transferring the documents wirelessly was simple and easy and quick. It did an excellent job. And here you can see the photograph directly on the tablet. It's perfect. The amazing thing about this is that if I want to take this with me on the road and put the documents in the computer later on, I can plug in 6 batteries, put the cover on, and I'm ready to go on my road trip and copy my documents as I need to. And here you can see with the power cord unplugged, I press the button and the unit comes on just like it should, and I'm ready to go back to work. This is an amazing device. This is an excellent product. My only complaint is the user manual. The text is so small and some of the icons are so small that honestly I couldn't read them. I had to get a magnifying glass. So from that standpoint, the information's there. It's just difficult to read. I like this product a lot. It does a good job, very high quality of scans, extremely portable. I'm going to rate it at 5 stars. This review is done by JJ CEO. I'd like to tell you that I received a sample for test and evaluation, and I didn't promise a review, but I promised if I gave one, it would be fair and honest.